If you want to support Arcane Frequency, head over to our Patreon. The link is in the description. And now, a word from our sponsor. The Arcane Frequency is sponsored by Tavern Table Studios, your go-to shop for premium 3D printed tools built specifically for Daggerheart players. Tavern Table Studios creates high-quality dice vaults, game accessories, and table-ready gear designed to elevate your sessions and keep your setup clean, immersive, and ready for anything. Built by a player who understands the game, these tools help you stay organized without breaking immersion. And for listeners of the Arcane Frequency, you can get 30% off anything in the shop now through the end of 2026. Just enter the code ARCANE at checkout. If you're ready to upgrade your table presence, find Tavern Table Studios exclusively on Etsy and bring your next session to life.
All right, welcome to Arcane Frequency. Another session awaits you. Thank you for being here, everybody. We are very excited to get into our next session. Hopefully you've enjoyed the very first podcast and everything that we've been going through. My name is Corey. I am one of the players. My character's name is Haggard. And right now, I'm going to give us a little bit of a backstory into what happened last session. So, my notes are as is. Ossian gets pulled underwater into the river as we're trying to cross by some sort of creature, which actually turned out to be a glass snake. And Hames hushes the heroes that are cheering for this battle that ensued, that started for us against
jerks, dude.
this glass snake.
What a jerk.
Walter and Haggard and Nerdat are dissecting the dead glass snake. So we actually kill this glass snake. And for some reason, we're very interested in seeing what's inside this glass snake. And you're biting thing.
We tore it apart. I mean, Walter's all for, sustenance and, survivability. So
Eye rolls from Ossian. That's all this is.
Yes, classic.
So
classic
anything that was
Ossian.
edible in this glass snake, was worth
And
keeping.
what wasn't edible, you threw away, which you found something very valuable. What was it?
I mean, arguably valuable. I mean, it's, subjective. It was just some gem, some giant ruby, large.
It was a huge glass ruby found inside the glass snake. And you
Subjective, though. He couldn't eat it. So.
couldn't
Was
eat
it
it.
edible?
Again, subjective. So he throws it towards the lake, and I call out towards Nerdat. I'm like, Nerdat, get this. Did I
Fetch, boy,
throw it?
fetch.
Did I throw him into the water?
No, you lassoed him. He
Oh,
just
yeah.
head first.
Here's
dove
what
into the
I got the
water.
notes actually. Haggard throws a rope around Nerdat's legs as he dives in. So he goes to dive in. I'm like roping his feet so I can pull him back out. And Haggard acquires the ruby and stores it in his box. And I put it in the front coat of my pocket. So Nerdat's been eyeing things on my body, and I just don't want it getting stolen. So I put it in the front coat.
Smart.
Hames tells the cleanup crew to kill all the zombies because they don't do their job ever. And
So we get there, right?
Yeah.
And I abandoned you guys. You like that?
Yeah.
Ossian just bails. Hey, you guys got this. See ya.
So I've got a note here. Ossian scouts solo and meets a giant scout.
Yes, you did.
It
Failed.
was way unhelpful. What
Yeah.
a freaking tool bag.
I have no other notes. What happened after that?
You guys took down the rest of the zombies.
Yeah.
You guys swept up. Luckily, not after. Did you get knocked out?
I don't remember Haggard getting knocked
The
out.
massive gut zombie ended up charging up and then almost killing you. But then I think
we
Walter
all
came in.
safely.
I mean, I have 1 HP left and 3 of my armor slots used up. So I got
that's
beat up
right.
for sure. And then we cleared all the zombies, and that was the end of the story.
That's all right.
Anything else to add to that?
No, I think we'll pick up there. The tall and lanky Simia, Jaro, comes on by, and he's kind of like the bard, but also a lot of people know that he's also like a huge brown noser. So he not only accompanies these different raids that you guys go on for like the bard in him. He wants to gather stories and see epic deaths and whatnot, but he also does it so that he can like tattletale on anyone that steps out of line.
I don't like this guy.
So he comes through the trees. After 5 or 10 minutes, you guys hear footsteps rustling leaves, and Jaro emerges from the tree line, and he just looks at the three of you, and he says, "Where is Ossian? How did you
right, you
lose a
put me
teammate? What is going on here?"
I look around. I'm like,
Ossian is fulfilling his duties, as are we. There's
What
no need to
duties?
question his whereabouts.
His duty is to you to serve as your team captain, however pitiful this team is. And he kind of looks disgustedly
He
at
placed me in
Nerdat.
charge. I can fulfill his duties worthily, I trust.
He says, I have no doubt as to your dedication to fulfilling these duties, Walter, and gives you like a respectful nod, but then he pulls out a little book and he starts scribbling stuff and he says, you three will be going down for neglecting to conform and neglecting to know where your teammate is at all times and neglecting to, and just like rattles on all these different like things that you guys have now, these little laws that you guys have broken.
And I feel really awkward, so I just grab a potion and start drinking it. One.
Oh, nah! Only one
I heal up
HP.
with 1 HP. I'm just like awkward. I don't know what to say.
So yeah, Haggard downs the health potion.
How do we handle this guy? Do we just mug it? No, we can't mug him.
I don't know what to do in this situation.
Say, you could help us find him.
He says, me?
You just say he saw something and chased after this evil.
No, he's fulfilling his duty as a captain.
He's not here. He's telling us what to do.
There was a wandering zombie. He's chasing after it.
Yeah. He's actually fighting someone right now. We saw it. He's just not right here right now. He'll be here in a second.
Belches after the potion. I'm going to have Walter make a presence roll.
Yeah, come on.
Poop.
There we go.
DC is 11.
How'd it go?
I am in awe of how bad this roll was. A 6 with fear.
Oh, man.
I spent a hope, though, to give him advantage. Can I do
You
that?
got to do it before
Dang
the
it,
roll.
you're right.
Jaro looks at you and he nods and he says, your jig is up. He says, I've already made note of the countless rules you've broken here today. Go, find Ossian. That's your number
hold
one
on.
priority.
Rules? What rules did we break? We killed a snake. We did our job. We killed all the zombies. Do you see any here? We've been doing a good job.
And he says, yes. Those rules you've kept.
Okay.
Bravo. Good job. It's not a difficult job. And he says, you're here because you're bumbling fools. And he says, the rules you've broken are as follows. And he starts reading the list again. He says, neglecting to keep track of all teammates. Neglecting to... And
I
just
want to like cut him out. Like, what's this guy's name again?
Jaro.
Jaro, please, we beg of you. We can't let the guilt hear of our mistakes. We will surely find Ossian and we will, reprimand and all of our errors. Can we be forgiven?
Walter, I'm sorry. This is going on your permanent record.
No!
But what? I bumble. What if I have
bring
give you
Ossian
this?
back here within the hour?
Oh.
I might overlook it. You not only need to bring him back, but you have to incentivize me somehow.
Okay, we could
And
definitely. I know of something we can incentivize you with, but we're gonna go get him right now. We'll be right back, and I'll definitely incentivize you.
With quill in hand, he just like shoos you off, and he says, "But before Hames finishes, quick, scurry along."
Let's go, Walter. I start thumping through the woods. Let's get out of here.
We'll cut to Ossian, who's made his way into Oakhaven now. After leaving the giant scouts, quite a boisterous time of day. It's mid-afternoon, if I'm correct on remembering that properly, and it looks like everyone is out and about. It looks like there's a festival of sorts going on. You've heard a little bit about the Oakhaven Games, but until now don't realize like the scale at which Oakhaven celebrates these annual games that they have. Marketplaces that look, not to be permanent. There's just temporary tents have been popped up. City centers have been expanded. Streets are crowded. What do you do? How do you proceed?
I'm looking around and trying to find kind of the underbelly folks of this. Whenever there's big crowds that gather, there's always the pickpockets and the kind of underbelly shows up to try to take advantage of this. Mm-hmm. And because I'm Slyborn, I have a keen eye for these types of folks. And so I'm going to start looking for these types of folks and then start trying to gather information out of them.
Okay, make a... Actually, I'll let you choose between how you want to go about. Like, are you trying to look like one of these folks and attract their attention by being one of them, or are you trying to like look for them?
I'm trying to look for them, and then I'm going to like, if I find one that I feel like is not rookie but a little bit more advanced, I'm going to go and kind of grab them, pull them into an alley, and say like, "Hey, I need some information."
Okay, make an instinct roll then.
16 with hope.
That is excellent. So how do you describe the sort of the place that you go to, whether that's a building, a booth, a group of people?
For that, right? Because it's not a reaction.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, you get hope.
And you guys took a hope right at the beginning of the session from me.
Oh, I forgot
My
even
class
to...
feature. Yeah, just make sure that at the beginning of the session, every new session, you can take a hope.
Okay,
based
perfect.
off me being.
And then, Walter, what's your Rally Jack? What are your Rally Jack dice numbers
They are
for this session?
a hope of 12 and a fear of 11. That is crazy.
Wow. Describe what you walk up to search for this, or like what catches your eye.
So I start kind of hovering around the crowds, the bigger crowds that are gathering. And as I start looking through these crowds, I start noticing some of the pickpockets that are in the area. Some look young, like it's something that they've got to do. Some look like it's more hobby, and they're just trying to like pass the time, but they're inherently just kind of the scoundrels of the town. Those are the ones that I'm looking for.
Okay, so you approach a group of these people then, gather
Single.
together, or just
They're
a single one?
Yep, single. They're kind of like spread out. I find one that looks older, a little bit more knowledgeable, skilled.
So this person that you've tracked, they've just finished, unbeknownst to them, they think that they've done this without being noticed by anyone, but they were noticed by you. It was a 1-2 deal where they've got someone that is like selling something on one of the corners, and as they're getting someone's attention, they just like walk by behind them and sneak something super quick from their pocket or their person. And then they round a corner and you round the corner right after them, following them up. They don't know of your presence yet, so your spotlight.
So I come up to sneak up to the one that looks more senior, grab their shoulder, turn them around, grab them by the cloak, pin them up against a building.
Love it.
And pretend like, because I'm now part of the guild, and I'm assuming I'm wearing something that is kind of guild-esque, try to exert somewhat of a legal authority and say, you've been caught. I know what you've been doing. Ooh. And try to intimidate them into thinking that I'm going to, take them to jail or whatever. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. And then as they start to feel like, oh, the gig is up, then I'm going to say, unless you give me what I'm looking for.
So yeah, they're like hands up, and it looks like they're fiddling with something, and you turn them around and shove them up against the wall, and by the time you do so, there's nothing in their hands. And they look at you. What species is this person?
Human.
Human?
Mm-hmm.
This person hands up wide-eyed. But what's going on? Like, I don't want any, like, this word, I'm all good. What? And they're just stumbling over their words.
And I just say, you think I don't know what you've done and what you're doing? I've been tracking you for hours now. I know exactly what you've been doing, and the gig is up. You're going to be penalized to the fullest extent of the law for the criminal things that you're doing.
You clock fear in their eyes. They look at your garb and notice the official regalia of the guild. And you can see that like they start to sweat, and they're just like, I promise, it was nothing. It just a handful of gold. Like we'll return it. Well, come with me. I'll go and find the person right now. You saw.
I look at him and say, okay, here's the thing. Since it was just a handful of gold, I might be able to overlook this right now and let you go on your way on one condition.
Name it. What is it?
I'm seeking for something in the city. It would be a magical presence and a weapon of great power.
I say, here in Oakhaven? And he kind of like gives you a laugh because of like the ridiculousness of the idea.
And I say, I need one of two things in order for you to get away with this. I either need to know where it is, if you know, or I need you to point me and take me to a person that may know where it is.
It's just what like, is there something specific you have in mind? Like, I don't. And he like, are you still, he like asks to be let go.
Nope, I'm still holding on to him.
He's like, I've got something in my, he says, I have a small something. And he pulls out a small vial. It's got this like red mucusy liquid in it. And he's like trying to fumble with it and get it out. And he's like this, there's like magical properties to this. Is that what you're talking? Like you could buy on like a dime a dozen across the way.
Think of this as a tangible weapon, probably carried by your greatest warrior in this city, someone that legends would be made from.
And he says, nothing. There's just like the golden axe and it's symbolic. It's not even real gold. He says, it just is the award that is given to the winner of the Oakhaven games. He says, I don't know. I mean, that's the greatest honor here in Oakhaven.
Where did this axe come from? Do you know?
He says, I've got no idea.
Who would know?
Someone, anyone else, not me. He says, I'm not even from here. I'm just visiting because I heard there was a good time.
I'm going to say, what is the magical properties of this vial that you have?
I think it makes your weapon more powerful if you like coat it with this like poison.
And I say, give it to me and be on your way.
And so he still like somewhat up in the air, tosses it to you, and then like shoves his way off of you and runs away as fast as he can back into the street to get lost in the crowd.
I take it, put it in my pocket, and golden axe, which is the reward for the Oakhaven games.
It's like the trophy basically that they hand to everyone.
I think that's what we're going after. Okay, I'm going to try to make it down back to my crew.
Okay.
My fellow guildmen, I'm going to try to learn more about the Oakhaven games and how to win this axe.
Love it.
Or where the axe is.
Okay. From what you've gathered in your time observing the streets, it looks like a lot of the people on the streets are they're more concerned with vending, buying, or getting to their next destination. You feel like you might have a little bit more luck stopping in at a building somewhere. A tavern, a sporting place.
gonna find the closest tavern. I'm gonna walk in and go up to the barkeep and just say, hey, how about these games? How are we feeling about these games?
Yeah, he welcomes you in, and you get like a hearty when you walk in to the split log, as people are just in full celebration mode of the games being underway. Bartender looks at you, and what did you ask him again? Sorry.
Just saying, hey, how are you feeling about the games? All the people, is this helping your business? Has this been exciting for you?
Oh yeah, he's stoked. You know, the business is never better when the games are afoot. We attract, not only do we attract foreigners, but every one of the clan members of, you know, the disparate clans that are out in the forest. Everyone comes back in to Oak Haven for the games. And he says it's a great time. We're really looking forward to it, although I'm really hoping that Thrax doesn't win this year.
Thrax, huh? I'm new to this area in the Oak Haven games. How does one enter the games, number one? And number two, what's the award for winning the games?
Well, entering the games, I guess anyone can, but anyone could enter up to like an hour beforehand. As long as you pay enough money and get your name on the list, you can compete.
And so what's the reward? What do you win if you win the whole thing?
Anywhere from a handful of gold to the golden axe itself.
So talk to me about this golden axe. What is it? Where is it?
Well, it's hanging up. It's hanging up in the victor's house right now. It's a huge deal. The arrival of the golden axe that, you know, kind of christens the beginning of this event. And he says Thrax is on his way back with it right now.
And if I wanted to gander at this incredible trophy, where would Thrax be taking it?
To the warden's office.
The warden's office.
The game warden is the one who keeps track of all that stuff.
I'm going to pitch him a little coin and just say, hey, thank you for your company. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to head out.
As you're heading out, there is a cloaked figure in the back that catches you on your way to the front door and puts their arm on your forearm right here. Ossian, is that you? And we'll cut to Walter and Haggard. You guys are making your way into town. How was Haggard feeling making his way back into Oak Haven after so long? What, probably like 5 years, right? A full study and then like a year in the guild?
Yep, it's been a long time. Oh, Walter, the smell of these pines, the smell of these trees, the river. This brings back some good old memories and some terrible ones. I am excited and about to poop my pants. I haven't been around my people for too long, and I'm worried my dad's going to punch me.
Haggard, keep your sentiments to a minimum. We need to find Ossian.
You're right. I get so caught up in all of this. Right now, the games are going on, and there's going to be so many people. Have you ever been to the Oak Haven games?
Haggard, you're the one who eavesdropped on Ossian. Where would he be at this time?
Oh, Ossian.
I ain't dropping no eaves.
If I knew Ossian like I know him, he'd be getting drunk somewhere, trying to calm his angry nerves. He's just such a grump. Let's check the tavern.
Yeah, you guys can make your way over to the tavern. Meanwhile, Marcus Thornwell has introduced himself to you, and he has...
Do you know this person?
I'm trying to remember. Give me a second.
You know this guy as Ossian. You specifically know him because he was a general you reported to in your time during the army. He still is actually one of your biggest fans, but, you know, where you're totally out of the militaristic structure right now, he can't really do much to help you, but he catches you and is like, what are you doing here in Oak Haven? Like, I don't, like, hey, hello, and he, like, gives you a big hug as he sees you, but he obviously has a ton of questions and is like, what are you doing here? What's the update? How have you recovered? Because he knew he was there in your fall from grace and is curious where you've ended up and how you're doing.
So I just say, Marcus, what are you doing here? And I just say, I'm on a cleanup crew now. And we came, there's a zombie horde that was outside the city that we had to come and take care of. I'm with Hames. We're with Hames and his group on the cleanup side. But I'm also here to enjoy the games for a minute. And what's it to the guild if we don't enjoy some of the spoils of victory and enjoy the areas that we go see in the world?
The guild is famous, or rather infamous, for, you know, letting its members, we'll say, relax after their long raids and, protecting the countrysides. I would assume no less than for you to enjoy these games a little bit once your job is taken care of. And he says, but the cleanup crew, and he kind of laughs in disbelief. He says, wow, Duke Gamber really hit you hard.
He who shall not be named, Duke Stiffneck, I like to call him.
Of course. I'm well aware of his nicknames amongst the rank and file. And he says, but as for me, I'm just here on vacation. I, have heard word of a lot of potential around the ending of these dark wars that have been happening, and am just trying to capitalize on that.
I mean, I totally get it. Capitalize where you can capitalize. However, wouldn't it be funny if we took over these games a little bit?
At this point, Haggard and Walter walk in the room. Do you want to try and hide from them? You
No.
guys, I imagine he ushered you to a table.
Yeah, no.
See, I told you he'd be here. I knew it. He's getting drunk. You little guy, you.
Haggard, calm yourself. Walter, how are you? How did it go?
You're in the presence of Marcus Thornwell.
Yeah, I'd like to introduce you to Marcus, my good friend.
He stands up.
Oh,
He stands up, and is it
I'm gonna
like a bro?
Marcus, how are you? Put her there. I want to shake his hand all very doubly, two hands on one.
He half stands up because he's at a bench, and so he needs to he hasn't scooted the bench out yet, so he's leaning over the table, and
Yeah, I'm
his arms
almost
oh my
shaking
gosh.
him. Yeah.
And he kind of shakes off his shoulder and then stands up and looks at Walter and puts his hand out to you.
General Thornwell, may your pants be the shiniest.
What?
And he looks over at you, Ossian.
I look at Marcus and I say, cleanup crew, remember.
And he says, reminds me of another time when I had a similar experience with someone else. And he says, join us if you will. This is your team?
This is the, noble and great ones eventually.
But very, very honorable. We get along very well.
I look at Haggard and say, "Hey, you two, go get yourself a drink at the bar."
Are you buying?
I have some business with Marcus here for
I
just
am out of coin.
one
So
second.
If you're buying, this is great.
1 or 2 seconds with him, so I'll buy
Anything we want?
one drink. Haggard,
Let's go, Walter. Let's get us some drinks.
Walter, keep an eye on him.
Yes, of course, as one does, always true.
He says, so what's your proposal now? As Haggard and Walter leave the table, he says, take over the games? What did you...
Marcus, what do you know about this golden axe?
He just says, oh, it's a trinket of sorts. He says, I've heard it's not even real gold. But no, there's these games. And he looks at you and narrows his eyes. And he says, could I convince you to use your time off after this assignment to accompany me to Arlen?
On what purpose?
He says, I've heard word of, and in fact, this is the reason I'm here in Oakhaven. There's an unfortunately large host of undead has gathered in Arlen. There seems to have been some sort of last final assault from the powers that be on that unfortunate elven city. But where the rest of them have dispersed, the ones here seem to be growing in number and in power even. That the parties that have been sent there, none have been successful in returning with what people believe to be is a powerful weapon. He says, we found a map. He says, unfortunately, I've already given that map to Thrax, Timberborn.
The champion guy?
Yeah, he's my best bet at garnering as much support from the giants here in Oakhaven to accompany us to this place. And I think Thrax can help me do that. He'll win the games, petition for support, and then we'll leave with a small militia of giants under my command and attempt to find this weapon over in Arlen. And he says, but I feel like I might have a better shot of doing that with you than with this Thrax figure.
Marcus, here's how we do this. I could be convinced to help you. I need to win the games. Or someone on our team needs to win the games.
And he looks at you kind of catching on to what you're saying and is like, Ossian, I'd much prefer it if it were you. But both of us know that giants, you can't win the Tri-Tree tournament. I just came up with that.
Tri-Wizard Cup
tournament. It's a 3-activity event, right?
The Splinter Summit series.
The Splinter
Summit series, alliterated. And then all of a sudden you hear a doo on a table, and it's actually a giant pint. It looks like a normal pint, but giant size for me. And so you said one drink, so I got the largest one that they had available. And I'm like, aspen sap, the best meat of the realm. And I just start pouring it down. You see it drizzling down my beard.
And Marcus just looks up at Haggard and like puts his face in his head. And he says, do you trust him? as Haggard's just drowning in this mead.
I say, look, for all that is on the surface, and I give it like a side-eyed look at Haggard.
I look over and I'm just smiling. My eyes just got the twinkle in their eye looking at you.
I've been with these men for some time now. And inside, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it happens. But they always come out on top.
Make a presence roll.
Do I have advantage because I'm Slyborn? Is he considered he's not considered a criminal, huh?
By title, no. The way he's acting here, though, is pretty sly. It's not criminal, but it's he's not going about it conventionally, and he's keeping things quiet. And he's only Thrax and you now know about this
because I have advantage on rolls on negotiating with criminals, detecting lies, or finding a safe place to hide.
I'd say
Do it.
Roll that d6. Yeah.
Yeah.
17. Fear.
Do, do, do.
I'll take that fear. And with that roll with fear, enters Thrax into the...
Does he have the axe?
With the golden axe.
No.
And everyone kind of silences. And he says, "The Split Log, my favorite tavern," and looks around and catches the eye of Haggard.
Oh, I was going to try to sneak away.
You're like,
dang it.
mid sip.
Mid-drink.
And he just, there's no words. He just shakes his head.
I say, Furbolg.
But then very quickly he looks at you, but then he sees Marcus talking to Ossian. And he says, "What?" And like starts to say something and then catches himself. And then just like turns and walks. And you can tell that his demeanor is totally different. And he walks to the front to order a drink. But then quickly people's like in a small semicircle of crowd, "Let me buy you please, Thrax, let me buy you a drink. And on me. And there's a ton of people trying to please him. But Marcus looks at you and he says, "Get it done. Prepare this friend of yours." And he looks at you for your name.
He doesn't know my name yet?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm Haggard.
Oh, you did say your name.
I thought we did. I thought we did this.
He forgot it.
Yeah.
He forgot.
Hey, how are you, Marcus? My name's Haggard, if I haven't told you already.
And he says, "We'll do it." He says, "But I can't let the other know." He says, "According to him, I have no relation with you three."
I look at Haggard and I say, "Haggard, get ready. You're winning the games."
Huh?
Will you write down what you stole from the guy? And then also Marcus gives you something too. You got red thorn saliva is what you got from the crook, the pickpocket in the street. And then Marcus gives you Hamet's secret potion. So the secret potion makes you, the next successful attack you make critically succeeds. And then the red thorn saliva, apply it to a weapon that deals physical damage to add a d12 to your next damage roll with that weapon. So just a damage boost. And I think from there, we'll fade the scene to the next day maybe, or do you guys want to do like a prep scene?
A montage.
We just got to go to wherever we got to do to register Haggard into the games.
Yeah, he can get registered pretty easily, especially because you're a giant. And it's still, the games start tomorrow morning. And then the Splinter Summit series starts that evening. So there's a bunch of other games that will happen during the day. And you can prepare during that time, but everyone else is like jumping from event to event to event to event, spectating all these things. And
I'd like to visit my dad's house.
ooh, yeah. Oh, let's do that. Let's do that before the day is over. Yeah.
Yeah, so we get outside. I have brought you guys with me for emotional support because I know my dad has kind of disowned me for leaving the giant way of life and going into magical education. Mm-hmm. And I want to sneak into the house and leave a present for him. So he knows I'm here, but I don't want to address him.
So what do you want to sneak into what present do you want to leave at the house?
I think I would leave I've got a dagger in my inventory, and I'll pull off a couple of my favorite leaves of the trees, because we're known to be tree-bound, forest-bound people. So it's like he would definitely know that these leaves were my favorite growing up as a kid. And so I leave the dagger on top of a few of these different leaves on the center coffee table. Ooh. And then I would try to sneak out without being detected. Just so he knows I'm there.
Yeah.
And probably I want to assume why is he here? Maybe he'll come to the games and watch me compete. I'd probably leave a note. I will be competing in the series, what do we call it? I keep forgetting.
Just
Summit series.
Games? Oh, and that specific, the Splinter Summit series.
Summit series, yes.
Make an agility or a finesse roll.
At advantage, because I have Lightfoot.
Great. I forgot you're a halfling.
Yes. Well, it's just my Wildborn feature of the
Oh,
community.
nice.
So
Yeah.
Your movement is naturally silent. You have advantage on rolls to move without being heard.
There it is.
Would that be right?
Mhm. Yep, that's totally right.
Oh. 14 with hope.
Take a hope.
Yes.
Not bad. And that's with advantage, right?
With advantage. That's with advantage.
So you're able to, and it's a tree, is that what you said?
Just
That
some
you
tree
live in?
leaves.
But
and-
what's the house? Is it just like a wooden cottage?
Oh,
Or is
yeah.
it
I
like-
think most of these homes are built to be wood-based, tree-based homes. So a lot of browns, a lot of greens used.
Okay.
And so I'd be sneaking in.
Yeah.
to
Sneak in.
cottagey.
Place the dagger.
Yep,
and
on the
you
coffee
leave,
table.
And you feel pretty confident that only your dad will notice that that's new.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't want to talk to him.
No, not right now.
Okay. So you guys do that and then retire for the evening. Would you guys like to long rest, or do you guys want to just do a narrative?
I would like to mechanically long rest.
Me too.
Okay. I'm going to take my D4
Gosh dang it.
+3.
Before Haggard goes to bed to sleep, I find a quiet corner with you alone that we can talk, and I say, Haggard, listen to me. There are few moments in life where you have to redeem and make a name for yourself. These games are one of those moments for you. Through all of your past, you can overcome the whole thing. This is your opportunity. You've got to win these games. And
What about Thrax? My arch nemesis, Thrax. He hates me. He's one of the reasons I've been ostracized by my people, my father.
Thrax has been a dragon that has damaged your life for long enough. It's time to slay that dragon. And by doing this, you can erase everything from your past that has damaged you. And I hand you the Hamet secret potion.
I have literal goosebumps. Ossian, I have goose pimples.
Dude, that's amazing. I love that.
And I'm just trying to pump you up with confidence is the best I can to get him through these games.
He's going to need it because I have 11 fear now. So
I grasp Ossian with both my arms and I wrap you around and I start crying. Ossian, you don't know what this might mean to me. It could change everything. And I'm just crying on him.
I lightly pat his back. It's time to stop crying about life, buddy.
What's the thing you gave me again?
Hamet's
Hamet's
secret potion.
Hamet?
Like comet with an H, yeah.
So when you have it, your next attack's a crit.
Oh,
Your next successful attack is a crit. Yeah.
Wow.
So it doesn't kick in until you succeed. So if you miss an attack, it doesn't go away.
Oh, cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Before we narratively sleep and fade to the next scene, I want to know what Walter's feeling after fumbling a second handshake with Marcus Thornwell.
Is it possible that he's completely forgotten me? And our incident, there's a chance that maybe Marcus doesn't recognize me? How did I appear today?
I mean, I was just worried about myself. I don't know what you look like at all. When Thrax came in, I was jumbled, and that mead was a little stronger than I remember. So I don't know what you look like.
Walter, let me help you here. You blew it.
Oh, no.
You blew it, and it's just time to move on.
Ossian, you don't know. My reputation is in shambles as it is.
Such an odd thing to do to Walter after you build me up and now you break him down. Poor Walter. It'll be okay, Walter, I promise.
Having to give all the pep talks is like, all right, let's practice doing handshakes, Walter. Come on, you doofus. I love it. So yeah, Haggard feeling very encouraged by Ossian's words. Ossian feeling encouraged by the potential patronage of Marcus Thornwell in the, with what seems to be a promising clue toward this vestige of death that you've heard of. And Walter, man, just potentially in tears going to bed tonight as he's fumbled impressing a superior
Nerdat,
officer.
make sure Walter's okay.
He goes and he's going to help you by singing a song and helps you clear 2 stress.
That's awesome, actually.
So if that helps you in your downtime, what are you guys going to do for your long rests? Are you clearing hit points and armor?
Clearing armor and hit points. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. And then Ossian, you didn't have much to
No, but I'm
replenish.
going to clear armor because that stupid snake kind of did me in. So
Oh, I forgot about the snake too. The snake.
yeah, the glass snake. So I'm gonna fix my armor. And what's the thing that gives me more hope? For a long rest, isn't there one that gives you more hope?
Oh, prepare?
Prepare.
Describe how you are preparing for the next day's adventure, which really you've already done with both Walter and Haggard. Then you gain a hope. If you choose to prepare with one or more members of your party, you may each take 2 hope.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. So having talked to Haggard, that was kind of part of it. The next part of it is I'm going to be spending time in the corner praying to whatever God is out there and will listen to me that tomorrow goes well.
He starts going through a list of gods.
All the digits are crossed, man. Please. And then what did you do, Walter, for long rest?
I fixed my armor and healed it, but then I took -2 of my stress. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm almost fully cleared.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, do you just have 1 stress marked? Or what
I
do you
have
got?
1 stress
Nice,
mark.
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Okay, next day, or do you guys want to?
We failed to report back to Gyro, which means we're in trouble. I want to report
Yeah, we had 1
to
hour.
Ossian.
You want to tell? Did you tell me what happened?
Ossian.
I got drunk a
I
little
failed
bit.
to mention.
Walter wakes up.
Ossian, we forgot. Oh, no. Oh, the whole incident with Marcus. I failed to mention the guild Gyro. They are aware of your abandonment to your post, and we are in great troubles if we return.
Is it Jaro?
Jaro, yeah.
Walter, don't worry about Jaro. You remember that ruby that you got?
I do.
That's the only language he speaks. And if we give him that ruby, all will be brushed under the rug.
I hope this to be true.
That weasel.
Continue. So the next morning, here's where we hop into some of the games that happen. You guys are woken not by the sun, actually. There's like, wherever you are in Oakhaven, the crowd that gathers early in the morning, really throughout the whole day, but just they're up and going, and it's like you hear bells and like blacksmithies working on like repairing like horseshoes and helping in preparation for the games. Food's being cooked, fires are roaring, people are chattering, there's performances happening by bards. It's a lively, lively time. It's one of the best times of year to visit Oakhaven. Who wants to go first with the game that they've come up with? I think it'd be fun if you guys don't have to participate, but I think it would be fun if you guys did participate. Also, it would help you notch down a couple fear before Haggard has to go.
And I think you would save like the final games at the end anyway, because you need people to like be able to make it through to see if they get any farther to go up against the Giants, since the Giants are most known for making it through.
That'd be cool.
So it's like the final
non-Giants
game.
can compete in the Splinter Summit series, but you have to qualify.
Sure, like
Giants
sure you can pay
just-
to get in, but like we're the leaders of this thing.
Yeah,
This is
I
like
love it.
we should be entitled to win.
So you've signed up last night already.
Oh yeah.
So you're in. Do either of you want to try to qualify?
I want to keep as close an eye on Haggard as possible, so I'm going to be in his hip pocket the whole time.
In the games or like as a coach on the sidelines?
Ooh, good question.
Because if you competed, you could be next to him, but you would be his competitor, and you wouldn't be able to like officially help him.
But you could throw the game.
Yeah, I'm going to actually try to get into the game.
You could help throw.
Do you want to spectate and just like spend hope and shout encouragement from the sidelines, or do you want to enter as well?
No, I think I'll be a bystander from the sidelines.
Walter's
Walter's
not
not
impressed
impressed
with
with the games.
That's great. So who wants to go first with the game that they came up with?
I'll go.
And we can figure out the roles.
Okay, wait, well, if I'm not in, like I just described the game.
Yeah, sure. Well, but then Ossian would be in it as well. You can compete. It won't hurt your standing in the final one, but
I'm going to save my energy. I'll be rooting for you two.
okay. So you two
Well,
will
at
be
least
rooting for
you.
Ossian
Yeah,
throughout
yeah.
the day, and then you and
Yeah.
Ossian will compete in the final game. Okay.
And I'm just like wrapping my hands meticulously with these wrappings so I can like fell trees well with the axes, carry logs. So I'm just like slowly while I'm watching, just prepping throughout the cheering.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. The game is a form of tug of war, but instead of gripping the rope with your hands, it is tied around your neck.
Oh my gosh.
And you pull. So instead of just pure strength, it is also like the constitution of withholding breath. And
Dude, that's a giant game right there, if I've ever heard of one.
What should we call it? Do you have a name for it?
I don't have a name for it, actually.
The Tug of Death. I love this game. It's one of my
People could
favorites.
call it Neckbreaker as
Neckbreaker.
as the joke, or as like, but the official game, sure, it could be Tug of Death.
Tug of Death.
Ossian,
I'm getting wrecked.
I don't know if you knew what you were signing up for,
just like,
but
I got three.
In this game, is the goal to pull them across a barrier or to
Both.
just knock them off
Either
balance?
outlast them or pull them past the line. Like outlast them due to, asphyxiation.
Okay, I have an idea.
okay. So you get matched up against another giant who is hoping to. They do not have the reputation with which to join the Splinter Summit series like Haggard does. His father is a pretty renowned figure in the community, which is why he got disowned when he left.
So both dishonored and disowned. Thrax pushed the dishonorment more.
So this giant is like stoked to try and make a name for himself, and he looks pretty beefy. But they line you two up, and how are you going to go about?
So before we line up, I go walk to the line that I'm supposed to pull this guy over. And I say, a word, please, before we start this game.
To the guy.
Okay. What's the guy's name?
The guy's name is Genzar.
Genzar, a word with you, please, before we get started.
He says, well, of course. Who are you, little tiny man?
Genzar, I've heard about your greatness.
That's the name I'm trying to make for myself.
And I know you're trying to prove yourself in these games, but I've also heard that you have 3 belly buttons. You pansy,
he like
weasel,
lifts up his shirt and is like,
piece of garbage.
3?
Your mother
never told me about the second and third.
Your mother was loose in these lands.
Oh my goodness!
Does anybody else hear this? Is it quiet
no,
enough
it's just the two of them.
Do I see them talking though?
Yeah.
I cast telepathy. I spend a hope to open a line of mental communication with one target you can see.
The game started though, right?
Not quite. It's like the formalities beforehand, as you guys are like shaking hands, and just the ref. There's not a ref, but when the ref would be like, everyone, play nice, play fair, play clean.
This connection lasts until my next rest. Or
so
until
here's
I
what I'm
That's
going.
great.
Here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to insult him so hard that instead of pulling, he comes to attack me and crosses the line.
Oh, I love that you're going to goad him.
And I ask him, what are you saying to him? What are you saying to him?
Okay, I think I might have you I'm thinking of a combination where, or you could just do a presence roll, maybe at disadvantage though, because you don't know this guy at all.
So can I use
Dread Visage?
Correct.
Yes, that would undo the disadvantage if you want to just do your presence roll.
Okay.
That's such a great thing to have in this.
Any helps?
I've opened this communication line, so now you can hear me talking. Can he talk back mentally with telepathy, or is it because it says it opens a line of mental communication with one target? So I'm assuming he can mentally talk to.
So I'm gonna ask Haggard. Like, Haggard, I need the most insulting things that I can tell this person, so that they will want to attack me. So instead of pulling the rope, they're gonna try to come kill me.
Okay, I can do that. Don't worry.
So what are the most offensive things that I can tell this individual?
He seems pretty like, as you're telling him some of these things, he's like is trying to figure out. He just is assuming your word is true. And so he's like, where's my second and third belly button? And my mother never told me these things. And he lets you know as he's kind of bumbling about all this stuff. He's like, I hope I don't turn out like Haggard the Horrid.
I say, Genzar, because your mom was so loose in this village, I've known her more in more of a personal way than you even know. Did she tell you about your weak neck?
My weak neck? No, my mother, I thought...
The reason that no one likes you is you were born disfigured. Your bones in your neck are weak. And if you pull hard enough, which I hope, it will snap your neck and kill you.
What was your presence roll?
16 with hope.
Take a hope. The game's warden has the official ring the bell, and you guys are brought to the opposite ends of the rope.
Yep. I'm just trying to delay him just a little bit so then I can start goading him.
I'm going to have you make this first strength reaction roll at advantage, and I'm going to give him disadvantage. He is caught so off guard by these insults that have been slung so quickly and so rapidly in succession at him. And he rolls pretty well.
I have some other things you could tell him too.
He rolls a 15.
No.
Oh, and we're going to start a countdown as well.
20.
A 20 is a success, and it's a success by 5 or more.
Wow.
So you're going to notch it down by 2. So he braces, and he is testing it beforehand, because he's like, I've got you can tell he's like talking, like trying to hype himself up, like, well, I've got a strong neck. I know I do. And then he starts to pull, and then you just like yank him off his feet, and he's stumbling forward. He makes it about halfway to the line before he can like finally stabilize. Haggard, what are you going to say?
So tell him that the ground doesn't shake when he walks.
So yeah, I'm going to take everything Haggard tells me, and I'm going to start laying insults at him. And then I'm going to pair it with, what are you going to do about it? You can't touch me. And just like trying to goat him to like, come take a swing at me. Come on, you think you're tough? Take a swing at me.
Compare him to small folk. Tell him he looks like a human, overgrown human.
So I keep relaying this, and I'm like, I'm just a little guy. What are you going to do about it?
Make another presence roll at advantage.
17. Oh, presence, 18.
Wow.
18 with?
With hope.
Oh, mark it.
Take another hope. And you said 18. His neck is back as he's like, you guys are both leaning against each other. And he like lowers his head, and just the rope, you can see that you're no longer pulling it. It's all slack has dropped, and he beelines it for you. And he says, the insults, stop it. And he like dives at you. I'm going to have you make an agility reaction roll to see if you can dive out of the way. 10's the DC.
13.
Nice.
With hope. Oh, it's reaction.
Reaction roll, yeah. There's a whistle blown, and you dive out of the way, but he like thunders past you to the point that the rope becomes taut again.
Oh, no.
And he starts to
It's
like
drag.
drag you a little bit, and a ton of people hop onto to the field and are like, pulling at the rope to try and get him to stop and to give you a little bit of slack. So you're just like the air's cut off completely. I think I'm gonna roll. You're gonna take 4 physical damage.
Oh, that's an armor.
Mark and armor.
Maybe you like get your arm twisted in it and it like
kind of
rips off. Yeah, something like that. But you've successfully completed the first games, and you stand up, and there is like an awkward pause as people are like, "Are you like you're okay? Are you what?" And there's just this kind of disbelief of what happened, and then I feel like maybe one of you guys starts applauding super loud.
Oh, I would.
Yay! You did it!
Everyone else jumps in and is like, yeah, Ossian. What's his name again? And
It's Ossian.
Ossian. And the first game is successfully completed. You guys spectate a couple more games that happen. The boulder break is a really fun one that people do.
Yes.
There are different methods of boulder breaking, and so there's like the different tiers of where people compete. The highest one is who can break a boulder with like just their bare hands. Some people like will throw it on the ground as well, but that's seen as less giant-ish because, are you breaking it against another rock on the ground?
Right.
Just do it with your hands. Some people, the one lower is with like against your knee or your head, and then the one at the very bottom is where a lot of the non-giants compete because you do it with a hammer. So this one's interesting. Thrax has decided to do this one because he thinks he's got like a super thick skull, and he does it at the second tier just kind of to gloat, to show off. He just wants to make his presence known throughout the day. You guys meander your way over to the next game, which we've called
The Tower
of Terror.
That is
Tower.
not-
No, it's Tower of Strength.
The Tower of Strength.
So they have from a vine about, 200 feet in the air. They have these flags that are at the top. And the goal is that you have all of these logs, the size, like as big around as trees, with one side of them kind of shaped into a point. And the giants themselves pick these logs out and jam them into the earth at different depths to create a kind of a staircase or tower up to the flag. So it's harder to get them further into the earth, but you got to do that to get started. But think about these logs in your mind, right? They've been processed to some degree, similar to like, how you have like the log roll in the water. So these very smooth log. They're not like just the trunks of trees
Okay,
where
gotcha.
you can like climb up branches.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
very smooth logs.
So it'd be very Mulan to have
Very
to climb
Mulan.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Do people have to use bare hands, or can they assist their climb with ropes at the hip? Are you going to give some of that
Anything that is in the meadow that they're in. So there could
Wow.
be, you could leverage like a boulder to help you kind of hammer it in the ground, or just your strength.
Is everyone pursuing the same flag, or is it everyone's got their individual?
Everyone's got their individual flags, but it's whoever pulls it first wins.
Gotcha.
So it's very much a strength strategy game.
So, in order to qualify for the Splinter Summit series, you need to win at 3 games. So, this is game number 2 that Ossian's going to try and become a victor of to qualify for the Splinter Summit series.
Heyo.
How many competitors are there?
4.
Describe one of the giants that you're fighting against, or that you're going to be competing against. I've got the other 2.
Okay. One of them, his name is Goliath.
Love it.
Huge, hulking guy. Skinnier legs, but like traps like you wouldn't believe. Just like massive.
Love it.
Huge neck. But also not very smart and aware. You could tell he's a little clumsy.
I think he was inbred.
Probably an inbred.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably an inbred of
I
some
know, it was
kind.
a cousin of a cousin of twice removed.
But the key that Ossian noticed is that he's very unaware of his surroundings. Just a hulking beast of a thing that's just like you point him in the right direction and he just does. But he doesn't really take into account his surroundings.
Love it. The other 2, one of them's name is Lobnub. And he is an equally strong looking, but definitely has like not shied away from 3rd and 4th bowls of porridge, like at every meal growing up. He's a big boy. So people are
Legs like trunks.
legs like trunks. Yeah, he's a thick boy. He is the crowd favorite for like the impact of bringing the tree down into the ground. They get most excited at like trying to, like when people are in an elevator and they like jump when it goes down.
You can like feel it.
Yeah, they're so stoked for just every time he throws a log into the ground, just it's a huge earthquake. And then Otbrog is the other, and he's also crowd favorite, but because he's favored to potentially set the record, and he's been a really good competitor recently. So who wants to roll for who?
I want Lobnub.
All right.
Yep.
Otbrog or Greg's?
Abrog.
Dude, I get a name Greg's then.
You don't like Goliath?
Guckness?
Guckness, let's do that.
Guckness the
Guckness.
Goliath.
Guckness.
The Goliath. Oh, did you call him Goliath?
No, Guckness is good.
It's like his nickname is Goliath. He's got a reputation.
Yeah. So is everyone given the same amount of logs, or do they all have to, like Hunger Games, cornucopia, they all have to go and fight
Hunger
to get
Games is
the
thing. Yep.
logs? Okay. It's not a haphazard pile. It's like...
It's a clean pile.
It's very organized, and they have it like shortest up front, and then it builds up to the longer ones at the back of the pile. This first sprint is going to be an agility reaction roll to see how quickly you can get to your pile against the other people.
I'm actually going to sit.
You guys will be rolling D20s though. For your
Last time I
giants.
used D20s.
I know.
Single die.
Single die. Okay, let's see who goes fastest.
But I'm also trying to, I want to be right next to, or whoever looks like they're going to be the winner. That's who I want to be next to.
It's gonna be a Lobnub.
Hopefully I choose wisely. We'll see how it goes. Okay.
Okay, what did you roll?
A 5.
I rolled a 5 too.
Nat 20,
Are you
baby! Lobnub is going to win.
Lobnub in one bound is like makes it to his place, and people are already just like so ecstatic about Lobnub. The other 2 kind of take a little bit of, it's like the one cart in Mario Kart that just takes forever to get up to top speed, terrible acceleration. And what Ossian's just sitting? Is that what you said you're doing?
I'm just waiting.
Okay, they grab their first one, and I think, do we all make a strength check, do we think? A strength reaction roll to see how we can
grab the best. And we don't have any additional strength modifiers or
I mean, I
anything
think
like
a +2 is fair for everyone. A +2 on strength. Agility, probably just zeros across
I think
the
strength
board.
would probably be the only thing we're modifying. Okay.
Yeah.
10.
A 4.
4.
Wow, you guys are
what?
mirroring each other.
5s and
Wait,
4s?
you rolled a 2?
No, I rolled a 6.
4.
And what is Ossian doing?
Sitting.
Are you just going to try and beat someone up there?
Roll for attention.
I love it. There's like
here's what I'm planning on doing, just so you guys know. Whoever's up there first, if they do it in the tiers, when they're at like their last one and they put it in and they're getting ready to go up the thing, I'm going to beat them to their thing, run up it, take my halberd, grab onto the vine, cut the vine, swing down, go up the rope, and grab my.
Dude, that's actually going to be so cool if you can pull that off.
We'll see.
Lob nubs.
So you're just going to wait the whole time.
So I'm
basically
just
then.
sitting here waiting.
Okay, so let's just do one roll then. So that was the initial roll. What'd you get?
I rolled a 10. Well, I rolled an 8 plus 2. 10.
So we'll give
Significantly
Lob
farther.
Nub advantage then
Yep,
on
I got
this roll, and
disadvantage.
then you'll get disadvantage, and I'll roll normal.
Perfect.
18 for Lob Nub, 15,
11.
15 for
Oh.
Guckness, and an 11 for Otgrog.
Oh, grog.
So then that's just the order, right?
Yeah, that's the
The
order we
three of
go.
us?
Yep.
Okay.
So you're going to be climbing up to me, basically.
So you are...
Are you the win? You're going to
So
win this
it's
thing?
right now I'm winning.
The order from you, from Ossian, is Ossian, Guckness, Lobnub, Otgrog.
So you're 2 away from
So
me.
he's 2 away. So he's, it takes actually a decent amount of time. It's like 15 minutes of running, hefting, and they start.
Plowing in the
Lobnob
ground.
was pretty. It's like a marathon. You don't want to sprint right at the beginning. He had a pretty energetic start, but he's slowed down as he's like, okay, I got to get every single one of these
Lobnob
in.
knows how
Got to
to
get it right.
pace.
But he slowly pulls ahead from everyone else, and he's like we'll call it 2 logs ahead of Guckness, and then Guckness is 3 logs ahead of Otgrog. So Otgrog is 5 behind. But he's at his very last log where he's bracing he's just planted his one, and he starts to lumber over to like brace himself and pick up this massive log. Make your move, Ossian.
Well, I've got to weigh. So as you walk over and place the last log, so you're over there, you plow this log into the ground. The second that log looks stable and you start walking to the first log to go up, I book it and I hit that first log and I start hopping up logs to get to the top as fast as I can to be him there.
As I place the log and it makes the booming sound, I turn around and go, Lob nub!
And you can't
And I'm cheering to the
you
crowd.
can't see this
Yeah.
little guy going.
Sprinting.
Yeah.
Make I think just an agility check, not a reaction roll, like a pure agility roll. I'm going to give you disadvantage. I'm going to spend a fear and give you disadvantage on it.
So I have to roll a d6 to take it away.
Because people are starting to heckle you, and they realize at first they were like questioning why you weren't moving, and now there's a couple people that are booing you.
Dude, that was a high
Disadvantage roll?
disadvantage roll. So I turned it into a 9.
A 9?
Turned a 14 into a 9.
Oh no! So you get up to one of the logs, and however good Lobnub was, the crowd did notice that at one point there was one of the logs that he didn't quite get in well enough. So you go to step on it, and it immediately starts to like fall over. I'm gonna have you make an agility reaction roll now to see, and I'm gonna give you disadvantage on it as well. Again, with another fear spent.
Ooh, way better.
10's the DC here.
Okay, so I rolled 16, 17.
Even with disadvantage?
You got one.
What did you get hope or fear on that last?
Hope.
on
Both
the first.
both hope.
On,
That one was a hope and a hope on this one.
This is a reaction roll.
Reaction, so-
But take a hope for the first one.
Dude, I'm full of hope right now.
So you're able to like somersault onto the following log, and you see this one fall, and as it falls, it slams onto the ground, and it catches the attention of everyone. The 3 contestants turn and stare at you, and they all start like Lobnub is like picking up his log, and he turns around and looks, and they all start yelling and are like, he's gonna beat us, and so they're all lumbering back to their piles. I think make just one final roll to see if you can make it to the top, and then we'll have you do your last.
Is
I'll spend a
Lobnub not
hope.
doing anything? What do
Cheer
I
him
do?
on.
What do you think Lobnub would do?
I would probably be calling for the refs or some sort of guidance. Like, hey, you can't do that. Lobnub angry.
Otgrog, anything? Do you think? Or do you think he's just like
He's out of pace. He's like
Blinders.
sweating. He's kind of blind focus. He's not doing so good. He didn't prep well. But Walter wants to spend a hope to cheer on Ossian.
ooh.
So can I...
Roll a d6.
So yeah, you roll a d6 and add it to his
5. Okay.
total.
11 total.
I'll take that fear. And with that roll with fear, the refs are going to show up, and they're going to start, like, you can see that they haven't called anything, and they've like called for the play to continue. They just they've just signaled like keep going, and they're like clearly discussing something that I think they'll resolve once whatever you do resolves. So you get to the top of Lobnub's staircase, and it's one short. He hasn't placed the final one, so you're gonna have to make a leap.
I got to
But,
make a leap to grab onto the vine.
yeah. How are you gonna do it? Do you want to do agility?
Agility or strength, one of those two.
I mean, I would say agility if you're gonna
Okay, let's do agility.
run and jump, or if you just want to like stand on the final one and then like with all your heft try and...
I want to keep my momentum to try to get as far as I can.
I'd say agility then, probably.
But at disadvantage, right?
I'll spend a fear and make it disadvantage, yeah.
Okay. Fine. 16.
A 16? 16 is successful.
Okay, so I'm running. I jump. In my head at first, I thought I would cut it so that no one else could get it. But now that I notice that they're all like bumbling down at the bottom of this thing still, I'm going to grab and then I'm going to like swing my way, since I'm only 2 away from my flag, and just kind of like work my way on the vine.
Towards yours.
Towards mine.
Oh, epic.
Grab the flag.
So yeah, you shimmy across and you can see the final log in Lobnub's stack being placed as he starts to like, he places it and then he kind of like starts shaking his whole thing out of frustration. And he's like, are you kidding me? Come down here, you puny. Oh, he would probably call you like a demon spawn or something like that. You snag your flag, you shimmy your way back to his.
But once I have it, I win, right?
Yes, yeah. You grab it and everyone like, there's a small like faint, very underwhelming clapping that happens. The refs signal, they like, there's this bell that gets rung, and then you basically just need to make your way down.
Work my way back to Lobnub's tower and run back down.
I think every single log that you step on, he like is following you and is like punching each log with his palm and is like,
I might fall.
That's not fair. Are you, or whatever voice, that's not fair.
If I were to cast Mage Hand just to secure him from falling and getting hurt, would that be outside the rules?
I don't think he'll fall.
Okay.
Yeah. It just is more
frustration.
He just is yelling at him. So you come down and the refs gather the 4 participants and their teams, and they sit everyone down. And they bring to the table Ossian. Blaze Warden has been accused of cheating in the
Tower of Strength.
In the Tower of Strength game. Lobnub and Guckness, they allow them to kind of say their perspective of it and why they think you cheated. Lobnub, obviously, because you used his tower to get up there. And then Guckness is like, it's out of the spirits of the game. This is to see who is the strongest and who can build the sturdiest staircase up to the flags. That, it's not only about strength on the ground, but balance in the air. And it's a combination of what makes giants great. And there's like a petition to the heart of the game, and then also a petition to like the rules of the game. And then they turn to you to allow you to kind of say your piece.
I look at the refs and I say, listen, the stated rules are the first one to get to their flag using any means necessary within the field. My show of strength was being able to hold my body and shimmy my way across the vine to grab my flag, and my show of agility was to run up the logs. It's the same thing that everyone else is doing, and the stated rules are you can use anything in the field. Doesn't mean I can't use someone else's anything in that field. Never says that.
They look at each other and put up a finger, give us a moment, and they both turn away from you guys, and you can tell that they're contemplating and deliberating. They turn back after a minute or two and say, we're going to call in the expert. I'm going to spend a fear as they summon Haggard's father to be the final say on these games, on this call.
Papa.
And he looks at you and looks away without even not even a nod or anything.
Papa.
You do, however, notice strapped to his belt is the knife that you left him in his house last night.
Disgraced your father.
No, he came to watch me.
He walks past you and goes to the 2 refs, and the refs have like this little booklet that they're pulling out, and you can hear them say like, no magic and spirit of the games, and like they're not talking loud enough that you can hear exactly what they're saying. Haggard's father says 1 or 2 words to each of the refs. They all look at each other and shake their heads and nod in unison, and he returns to the crowd, and there's a small applause as like, thank you for chiming in. And then the lead ref steps forward and he says, the winner of this round of the Tower of Strength, and then he walks over between you and Lobnub. And he holds up Ossian's hand and he says, Ossian, Blaze Warden. And there's a loud boo from most of the crowd. And they say, let us explain. And they basically reiterate what you said, that like, just because you didn't build your own tower doesn't mean you didn't get your flag. You got it without using magic. And that was basically what had to happen. So Gucknuss is pretty ticked about this. He dropped one of his logs that he didn't place, and he goes and like picks it up and snaps it in two over his knee, and then throws half of it toward the pile and is like, "This is outrageous!" And he says, "I will see you, Ossian Blaze Warden. If you qualify for the finals for this Splinter Summit series, your head is mine." Obviously, metaphorically, he's not actually going to take your head, but he means in the games.
I now I've won, and I've won 2 games, which now make me qualify. Right?
You need 3 as a non-giant.
I get out of there now.
Okay. Haggard, what do you want to do, if anything, about your father?
Nothing at the moment. I just am taking note that he came to watch me, and it brings a tear to my eye. And I would say his name is Rufus.
Rufus, the doofus?
Rufus Shortbeard.
Love it.
R-U-F-U-S.
And now we move on to the third game that Ossian has decided to join to try and get his qualification, the Boar Race.
A race of tusks.
So for this one, we're going to have 2 countdowns. The first countdown is going to measure your progress.
What are the rules to this so I know how to manipulate this game?
Holy meta.
The rules are that you can't overtly attack another player. If you guys are both running and like one of you jumps over a log and like stumbles and like accidentally bumps into someone else and that like throws them off balance, you know, accidents happen. It's a pretty hectic run.
So if there was like maybe an invisible mage hand that knocked them off balance, it would be amazing.
Yes. The mage hand is not invisible, but if it went undetected...
Well, at least we can communicate mentally.
It's true.
We're on boars, like we're racing boars.
No, it's like the bull run in Spain.
We're running.
There are
You're running
boars.
away from boars.
And these boars, I'm imagining, have large tusks that they can impale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can do some damage.
The winner just doesn't get skewered, basically.
Right.
We have to run to a specific spot location.
You just have to cross the finish line.
Okay, so I'm running, and behind us are a bunch of boars that are trying to stop us.
Right, yeah. That's the other
They're
rule
trying
is
to impale.
is to run as fast as you can and avoid getting hurt and staying in the boundaries. But the boundaries, they are pretty... It's in an old ravine that's been washed up. And so it's like as long as you don't leave the ravine, then you're fine. That's basically it. And no magic, of course.
You would know this, but one thing that the giants do, they cinch the bellies pretty tight on these boars to make them even more angry.
Just to like keep them hungry kind of thing?
Well, have you ever been to a rodeo in real life? They cinch their
Oh,
near
right,
their groin,
right, yeah.
and it really makes them mad. They do that. They usually do that with
How
horses.
big are these giants?
They usually do that with horses, so they buck. It's bucking broncos.
The giants are pretty big, like 9 feet tall.
So I couldn't like hitch a ride on one and they wouldn't notice.
Right. The giant itself would notice, and then everyone else would also see, which it's not explicitly against the rules because you're not hurting them. But if you like got on and were like trying to stranglehold them, and then, but yeah.
But if you were herding it to
Are
the
they
finish
inherently
line,
faster than me?
The giants?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay, so I can maybe just from my abilities win this thing. I need
Let's
a little mage
let's get these
handheld, but
countdowns
we'll
up.
see.
It's like I got 5 hopes to send your way if needed.
And I'll need some hopes for sure.
Okay.
and remember, I have not canceled my communication, and it's still the same day. So
Correct. Okay, so here's the thing, though. You've got a 12 countdown that you have to get through before they get through an 8 countdown.
Oh,
However,
Wait, why do I have the disadvantage?
it's not a disadvantage. A success with hope is 3 ticks on the countdown. A success with fear is 2. Scale that back 1. No. Keep that. A
this
failure
above the
with
table?
hope. Failure with hope is 1. No. This is
okay.
Yeah. And then a failure with fear is 0.
0. Okay.
Yeah. But for them, it's binary. It's just if they meet the DC, they succeed and notch it down, and if they don't, they don't.
Okay.
And the DC is 12 for all of these rolls.
For even for Ossian? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So it's likely that
So
they
I just have
will
to roll above a 12 with hope every time, and I'm good.
Correct.
All right,
Yeah.
good. That's what we'll do.
Yeah. Everyone lines up. Where do you want to position yourself in this is the mouth of the river where it like spills into a small lake or pond. Past tense, spilled into a small lake or pond. And that's where the starting line is. And they've got like
Are the
all
banks?
of
I just
these
can't
boars.
leave. I just can't leave the river bank, right? But I can hug the top of the bank.
No, you can't. So you can like get to the walls. It's about like 6 feet down deep. So if you get up and out, then you're disqualified.
Oh, okay. But it's like it's a sheer wall. It's not like it's a
Correct.
bank, a gradual slope. 'Cause
Yeah,
my
it's
thought
sheer.
was I could stay along that upper slope.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, sheer wall. So it's like a canal, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I want to be positioned in the middle. I'm going to jockey, since I'm little, I'm going to jockey for position right in the middle.
Love it. Okay, the first one, when they toll the bell to signal the start, I'm going to have you make an agility reaction roll. After that, though,
Real quick.
Yes.
Is there anything like that would be so... I'm going to ask Haggard this. Haggard.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I could yell at the beginning of this thing to throw people off enough that they would kind of like, look over there, and they would look, and the gun would go off, and I get a little jump start on it? Look,
How big are trolls?
Look, a troll.
Bigger than giants, I think, but not like terribly so.
I would yell something about someone's size, or maybe their mom was sleeping with a troll.
I'm going to yell out, look, your plump mistress, and see if I can get everyone to look, or at least a few people to look.
Or you could even call out, I would say you should call out Thrax's mom. Everyone knows she's the ugliest of the town.
Oh.
And sleeps around.
But then that would only him.
But it would make
I
me
more
feel
want
better.
Who's the one that like, oh, she sleeps around like everyone is kind of
That's
with
the
her?
rumor.
All right. Let's roll.
So what do you shout right before there's like a countdown? The boar run will begin in 5.
I say, everyone
4,
who has slept with Thrax's mom,
3,
there she is.
2, 1. I'm gonna give them disadvantage on this first roll. Go ahead and make your agility reaction roll, and this is to see how like well you can.
Oh, and I'm giving him an advantage.
Jump ahead. So you spend a hope. You spend a hope to do that. Okay.
Thank you for that. I'll roll.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled a 6 on it. So agility, 1926.
26?
Dude, what? Ossian is like, you have never been more prepared for a race in your life. And you are like, you say this and lock in the last 3 seconds as everyone kind of like stands up and is like, who said that? Like, who's, everyone's kind of machoing.
Good one, Ossian, good one.
Machoing
I say
each
that
other
in my
up.
head to you.
And as soon as the bell, you see the person that's about to ring it, and you spring, not like false start, but you are right on the dot.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. And you are like 5-6 paces ahead of everyone else.
Thank you for the advantage.
So
You got it, buddy.
that is going to give you advantage on your next roll to start counting down the countdown.
Okay.
The rest of these giants rolled below you, so you're definitely ahead of all of them. And the boars, as soon as like the last giant crosses, there's like the quarter mark. That's when they let the boars loose because the boars are fast. So go
They're
ahead.
not happy.
What roll do you want to do? How do you want to go about trying to hit the 12 DC?
Let's go an agility still. Agility roll?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just rule though that you can't use the same trait more than twice in a row.
More than once in a row.
More than once.
More
in a
than
row.
once.
Thank you.
Can
Thank
I
you
go
for
agility,
correcting
strength,
me. Yep.
agility, strength, agility, strength?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, we're going to go agility for this first
You
one.
could also go presence or finesse or
Son of a biscuit.
any others. You have
No.
advantage on this roll as well.
I did. I rolled a 12 on the nails. With
passed.
With fear.
With fear.
Oh.
Okay, so notches down 2 because that is a success with fear. And I'm going to see what these guys roll at disadvantage. That's 2 6s I just rolled. I'm going to roll them out here because I can't see. So they failed. So they're all still at 8, which means that you are like leaps ahead of them at this point. You're killing it. Go ahead and make your next roll. This one is no longer going to be a disadvantage for these guys.
And no more advantage for me, right?
Correct.
Okay, this is strength.
How are you using strength?
I'm calling the quads and the glutes to propel me much stronger and faster.
Okay. So you're just full steam ahead.
Yes, I rolled a 15 with fear.
Was your last one with fear too?
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to take this fear. A 15 with fear is a success, which notches you down to 8. But I'm going to say that with this one, I'm going to give them advantage with a fear. They roll in that one. And I'm going to spend another advantage to have, there's a portion of the river that the bank is pretty weak. And so it winds, and so you like tuck one of the corners because you want to try and, you're not going to follow the longest loop around. And as you do so, your shoulder like brushes part of the dirt, and the dirt from the bank starts to fall down
Behind
on top
me?
of you. On top of you, yeah.
Oh, that
It's going to cause some rough terrain for some of the people behind you, but I'm going to have you make an agility reaction roll to see how well you can escape this.
18 with hope.
Reaction
Well,
roll.
reaction.
18 is a success. So let's do the next roll. I'm going to give them advantage as well and spend another fear. There we go.
20 with fear.
They're down to 7. I'll take a fear.
Gosh dang,
Wow.
Why so much fear?
I don't know. You either need new dice
I'm
or
scared.
And down to 6.
I'm just going to like switch them and say, the other one's hope.
You're halfway done with the competition as we're at 6. And they are all like bounding and trying to catch up to you because they just did not expect you to get off the start line this fast.
Also, now that I know that the bank is weak in some spots, I'm going to take my halberd and I'm going to try to like bring it down in other spots.
Love it.
halberd.
Halberd? I'm going to bring my weapon and I'm going to hit the bank and see if I can bring it down in other spots to slow them down.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Make a strength or just like an attack roll against.
Can I go reckless streak on this?
You have to do it before
Yeah,
the
yeah,
roll.
yeah. All right, we'll do an attack roll. 8 with hope.
So an 8 with hope. How do you fail in your attempt to do this, but still see something hopeful from this outcome?
So here's what happens. I break my halberd out and I'm running and I dig it into the bank, but it hits a huge freaking rock and it pings back and kind of spins me, right? Like pirouettes me. But as I pirouette, I notice how far ahead I am and I'm like, oh, I got this. And then I just keep running.
You keep taking off. Okay.
That
Next
was
roll.
really pretty, but did you notice that boar running after you?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I'm going to spend another fear to give them advantage because they need it because they're rolling bad. Let's go. Notch it down to 6.
13 with hope.
You're so close, dude. This is not even a competition. I'm going to spend a fear. I'm going to spend a fear and have there be, as you go to hurdle one of these logs, there is actually like, there are a couple branches and there's like poking out from the log and you could like go under it. But like if you slid under it, there's enough rocks that it could potentially slow you down. So you decide to jump over it. And as you jump over it, in between these branches, there's a huge spider web.
Oh, perfect. I hate spiders.
And so you like jump into it and through it, and last second you see the glint of like the silky web and realize it just too late. And so yeah, you get this spider
it's
web
in my mouth.
in you, and I'm gonna have you roll the next one at disadvantage when you go. But the rest of the giants, they have finally crossed the third way or the quarter of the way mark, and the boars have been released, and you can hear this squealing coming from down the river.
Careful, those arachnids are very, very poisonous. Us giants are afraid of them.
I just got to beat the boars to the finish line.
I'm gonna spend another fear to give them advantage on this.
And there's a bunch of giants behind me, so they'll be distracted enough. That's the advantage of being in front.
They're doing so bad.
Okay, want me to roll?
Yeah, go ahead with disadvantage.
19 with fear.
Bro, with fear, you are basically at the finish line, and they didn't succeed. They rolled a 1 and an 8. You hear that, like, I mean, you can't see it, but you can hear the squealing of these large boars, and you can hear that there is some sort of carnage going on.
Insert sound effect here.
I can't do it. You've never seen these games before, but it definitely sounds like something that is happening that shouldn't be happening.
So I ask, I'm like, how far back are the boars and what's going on? Can you see?
That was with fear, right?
That was with fear. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me.
I know what happens.
Tell me where you see. Yeah,
Haggard,
you
look
can-
back. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, remember when you said there was a troll and you were just joking?
I didn't. I said that it was his mom.
Well, there's really a troll chasing some boars, and it just clobbered one, and it's chasing after you.
Is
Sure,
it attacking
yeah.
the other giants?
It's going after the boars. I think it's hungry.
Okay, so I just have to beat him out then. Great. I'm just going to keep running.
So this troll has like, is it being used to like prod the boars forward then? Is that like
Oh no,
as
these boars
fear?
are scared of it.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
so he's
encouragement for the
behind
boars
it,
to-
and the boars are running faster, but he's also with his big club just doosh, and he's like picking them up as he goes.
Yeah.
He's like killing them.
What's
Smash.
happening to the giants? Are they in danger?
I mean, it looks like they're just trailing behind it. They don't seem too afraid.
Then I just got to win out.
The troll, however, has hucked a boar like clear down river to the point that it lands and like kind of gets hurt, but it gets up and sees you and begins charging you. I'm going to spend one more fear to give this last roll advantage. Honestly, even if they succeed, they nat 20. They notch it down twice. What'd you roll? Failure with fear. Failure with fear. Wait, did he roll? Why are you laughing?
I think it's funny that you gave me it's not like D&D where you can just the DM controls the narrative and all the things that happen.
Yeah.
You're looking at me and I'm like, I don't know which roll appears. That's kind of fun.
That's great, dude.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
18 with fear.
18 with fear, dude. You
Still
keep giving me back
success.
these fears.
I know, that's the problem.
That is a success. So you cross the finish line, but this boar is still barreling towards you. And there's, because of the chaos that's happening at the start,
I'm attacking the boar.
everyone's attention has been drawn there, and you've won. And there's an official to note that down and testify that you've won. But no one's there to remove the
Haggard,
boars.
Haggard, we got to kill this boar. Okay, you ready? Old man, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay, old man, let's do this. I'm going to attack the boar.
go ahead. Yeah,
13 with hope.
a 13 is a success,
Oh, good.
Dude, Haggard, just huck me at the boar. Just double.
and you got a hope too.
Or you got some, I don't know. if
I
you
can
got some-
throw you. I wonder if I could use power push.
13 damage. And with that damage, oh, that was with hope, so we're still going. Okay.
Yeah.
So 13 damage on my side.
I grab Walter.
Oh, you're doubling.
We're
Yeah.
we're like little hands, Haggard, throw me.
You grab one of my arms like this kind of thing, like we do this, and I do a twirl, one big spin, and as I go to release, I use a force of magic to push you forward towards this boar. And so I'm throwing and pushing
Like a
with
spear.
think of like
Yeah.
a rounded force around him that's just cupping him and hurling him faster forward.
Okay.
I mean, all fists, I'm coming in like freaking Superman. Ooh, I hope you roll better.
And I do 7 magic damage.
Okay.
Additional.
Well, no.
you gotta roll the attack.
Roll to hit, yeah.
Mine's a 10 with hope.
Mine's, I'm using agility 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dang it!
No, wait, okay, hold on. There's
Can I give him a hope?
No.
I can't after.
Yeah.
Dadgummit. Who did anyone roll with? Oh, but we failed, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, wait, mine's only, I'm doing strength, it's only a +1, so I only got
Rally
9.
Jack.
9.
Rally Jack.
I swapped my fear for an 11, giving us, it is fear, but
It's okay.
19 fear.
19 with fear.
Walter, go!
You take him, spin him around, and then also power push him?
Yeah. And it was 5, 7.
So,
force
Walter,
magic damage.
what sort of, are you cannonballing, or are you double fist?
Double fisted.
Superman. Okay, what's the damage on that one?
I got 7, because I have to use my proficiency with that magic spell. And I only have 1 proficiency.
Solamente.
Is it hurt? Well, we'll see. You're going to tell us if it's hurting or not, right?
12.
12 plus?
7. So 19.
19.
Severe? Yeah!
Is it hurting?
It is hurting as well, yes. So Walter comes flying in as Ossian takes a swing at it and dives out of the way. But I'm going to spend a fear to give it advantage.
I'm going to use Drossmaster right now.
What a play.
Okay.
Okay, I get that fear back then.
Oh, did you use hope?
I used my 3.
That's so rad.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend 2 hope to go reckless streak on this business.
And I'm going to spend a hope to give them advantage.
On this double? Let's go, dude. I love all the hope, guys. This is so good.
Oh!
Crit?
No. 20 with hope.
Nice. You can get advantage
Did
too.
you do the advantage?
I did. That would
My
get
advantage?
Yeah.
Holy that I
So,
give you?
I'm
so I rolled a 10, a 2, and a 6, and then +2.
Yeah, I'm only at 18 with hope. Okay.
20 with hope.
Roll for damage.
So 16. It was mine.
That's a great
Yeah.
Combo
and 8 and a
strike.
6. But now let's see if we can finish him off here.
10 damage plus your 16.
16, so 26 damage.
So the boar's charging at Ossian. Ossian sidesteps and gets your halberd in because it's got some reach, I think, right? Is
Yep.
it very close range?
Yep.
You get your halberd in it, and then you see Walter just cannonballing out of nowhere and double punches this thing. And it loses some of its momentum and balance, but then lands back on its other 2 legs with Walter right beneath it. And it's coming with its tusk towards you, and it's about to gut you, and you yell at it. And this is your Drossmaster right here. You yell, Walter, kick. And so he kicks up.
Yes.
and it like the tusk just barely flies over your head. And as it's going up, you like slide your halberd all the way into it. And it collapses on top of your halberd and like falls right next to you, where it's like you saw that it was like its tusk was just going to rip a chunk out of either your armor or yourself. But with this blow, you guys fell the boar.
And I just yell, "Barbecue tonight, everybody!"
There's a small celebration from just the three of you guys, because there's no one at the finish line right now. Everyone is still seeing this troll that's been trolled in the dungeon. This troll that's been released at the start. But slowly, after a couple minutes, it seems like the giants are able to subdue the troll, who then like lets the boars keep running, and the giants are able to finish the race. But some of them have scratched calves and have taken, the worst of it is like someone got like it looks like there's a broken rib or two from some of the collisions with the boars, but everyone kind of gets to the end and is like, "Who's this bub? Like, where'd you come from? That was incredible." And they're just like applauding you and very impressed by the work you've done, which leads you to your third victory.
I'm in it.
Congratulations, Ossian. You did it.
Now I just have to help you, Haggard, get through and win the whole thing.
Yes, we can do this.
Yes, you can. It's probably like 2 or 3 p.m. right now, and the Splinter Summit series doesn't happen until towards the end of the day. So you guys can go and like watch another game or two. You guys can take a short rest if you'd like.
Short rest,
that
please.
will give me more fear if you guys want to avoid that.
I
Because
want my
you guys,
Crossmaster back, because that comes in handy.
Maybe you can rest.
Yeah, I'll
and
rest.
I can prepare some stuff for my friend over here.
Okay, I'm gonna rest.
love it. Okay.
I don't get to work on anything else, right? For the short rest.
Short rest is
I get one thing, right?
you can tend to wounds, clear stress, repair armor, or prepare. 2 of those 4 things, and I get 1d4 fear.
All right. Then I'm going to repair armor.
I'm now at 9 fear.
And I'm going to prepare. And how I'm going to prepare is I'm going to sit and manifest Haggard's winning in meditation.
And I would like to tear apart some of the boar and throw it onto a skewer and start cooking. And at the same
that's gonna smell
time,
good.
have a little...
Haggard, we should invite your dad for dinner.
I don't know if my dad wants to see me right now.
I'm the victor.
But does everyone know that we're friends?
I don't know. Probably not. That's probably actually good that they don't.
I was thinking I was going to stay clear from you. That's why I've been doing the telepathy.
Yep, I like it.
That's why it's
Okay,
kind of
let's
weird
do
where
it.
we go into the fight. Luckily, I just threw him, and I didn't throw him.
True.
I didn't go into the fight.
Yeah.
I would say I'm cooking up a little thing over the fire for food, as well as a small potion. My friend Walter has this thing. I'm starting to talk to the friends. Yeah, I've got a buddy. Yeah, he's got this weird rash. I just start telling people.
As they're walking by.
Yeah.
Are you just
Am I with you?
No.
Well, okay, I was gonna
Don't tell people,
horror
please.
fight.
Are you just like a taco truck kind of thing? Like you're just feeding people as they come by?
No, this is just for
or-
me. I didn't take very much of the boar. This can be my lunch.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm just going to get ready for the
Yeah,
games.
just chatting as people are cool. Love it. And what does Walter do? Do you want to take a short rest? I've already done
I'll
my
take a
1d4
short
fear,
rest.
so you can. I mean, you can take the prepare action with both of them, and then you guys could all take 2 hope.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
I'll prepare with you, dude, and we get double hope.
You get
I
double
prepare
hope as well,
separately?
unless you're maxed out already. Sorry, what's your question, Corey?
Oh, I was going to say, like, if we need to prepare together, right, to be able to get the 2 hope.
Oh, I could just be with Ossian then.
If you choose to prepare with 1 or more members of your party, you may each take 2 hope.
Me and Walter, we're spooning.
Gotcha. So you're specifically
Yeah.
okay.
I'm just going to stay solo.
You can still do it and take 1 hope though if you want.
Yay!
Okay, cool. So what do you guys do on your time off then?
No, I do want to take some of the boar, have some meals.
Yeah.
And then it's meditation and fixing my
Are
armor.
you trying to like attract attention with this, or just like cook off to the side?
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cook a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start just giving it out to the giants and like, Victor meal, free on me.
Yeah. If
Ooh,
you spend a
rhymey.
hope, I'll let you find like a giant cook
Yep, that's what I'm
that
going to
could come and help you prep and is like the victor of the bull run, the annual bull run.
Yep.
And you like is
it's
super,
my gift to the crowds.
He's got this like rub that he knows how to do, and so he's got it on the skewer on the spit, and is like prepping it, and people are just flocking because it smells so good, and they're super excited.
I want to make sure they see me and that this is like, I'm giving this to them. And I'm like giving back to the people.
Okay.
And celebrating with them.
love it. They definitely see you and know that one tiefling dude, that Ossian, Blaze Warden, right?
Blaze Warden.
Walter, how are you involved in this? Are you just kind of to the side?
Oh, I'm chowing down on anything that's available. Yeah.
You're just eating it.
Do you make any noises when you eat, when something like good happens?
It's messy, dude. It's all hands. There's no
I'm
utensils
just
ever.
wondering, do you like make any moo sounds?
He's a furball.
He's got bovine tendencies.
Gosh,
Dude, at Pete's satisfaction.
it's so good. The next few hours passes. A lot of the people are super stoked on this new Ossian guy, and you've actually garnered like a small underdog following. You're by no means, the person that's favored to win, but there's a lot of people that are like, dude, this Ossian guy, he just like completely swept the tug of war and dominated his tower of strength, and then just decimated his boar run. So you have a small like pocket of fans that are gonna cheer you on. Haggard on the other side has nearly no one cheering him on.
Not even my dad.
Not even his dad.
Is Marcus around still?
Yeah. I mean, if you do you want to find him before this?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that like the deal is still on, that he's taken me to get this vestige. I feel like I need validation that I've proved myself that, hey.
That's right. So, I mean, yeah, he's totally still on your side, and he says, no worries, we're still good. Just make sure you win so that you can try and garner the affection of, and potential aid of these giants from Oakhaven.
Okay.
Not you, but sorry.
Yeah.
Make sure Haggard wins.
So then I'm also spending a little bit of time just pumping Haggard up.
I'll let you, if you want to try and hire a giant bard with like a pouch of gold, you could try and sell off the rest of the boar and like turn a profit if you want.
I just want to give it away.
You just want to give it away?
Yep, I want to earn the hearts of the people.
People are loving it. This is like from your memory, this is the hardiest people have ever just. The attendance is off the charts. The excitement is high. It's equivalent to a stadium where there's just a ton of people present and talking, and everyone is gathered at how does this, is it like, because it's a 3-part competition: chopping trees, hauling trees, building a bridge with the trees, with said chopped and hauled trees. So are there trees specifically grown for this competition that it's like, here are everyone's lines of trees? Or is it just like everyone starts 10 feet from the forest and just like...
Yeah, I would say every year they designate a new part of the forest so trees can regrow. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a heavily forested area.
Totally, yeah.
So there would be enough trees. So they've just designated and roped off. And I would imagine that drums are playing, like... It's now getting ready, like time is getting close. All the people who've been doing other games and showing off and mercantile stuff, everyone's now deserting those areas to come see the final event. And music's going on, cheering, arm wrestling is happening. They're just all waiting around for this to begin. There's many drunkards, many people holding ale and giant steins, and it's just a party.
You get placed closer to the river if you've done better. And so Ossian, because you're not a giant, you've kind of, you don't have that automatic favor. So you're pretty far away from the river, which means as soon as you cut these logs over, you're also going to have to haul them a pretty far distance to the river. It's a considerable distance for everyone, but yours is just going to be just that much longer.
I think we need an announcer.
Like a Caesar Flickerman?
Yeah, Caesar Flickerman. I know who that is.
Who?
You know who Caesar Flickerman is?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know Caesar.
Hail.
Who the freak's Caesar? Do you know who Caesar is?
Render.
Wait, are you confusing me? You're talking about freaking
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
I'm just messing. I had no idea who that was.
Oh, you did?
That's why I was saying it like that. I don't know. You know who he is, right? I had no idea.
Oh, you knew who it was, right? Did you?
No, I thought we were talking about the actual Caesar.
No, Flicker.
Render under Caesar, that which is Caesar's.
Yeah, that's a famous quote by the famous Jesus.
I've got to figure out how I'm going to help you. However, I'm stacked with hope, so I'm just going to keep feeding you.
It's either that or it's like sabotage.
I am going to, before we get these games started, I'm going to not actually drink, but I'm going to let everyone kind of see me. I want them to see me and think that I'm very drunk going into the games.
Oh, okay.
That I've celebrated too much going into the games, but I haven't taken it. It's all water.
Mm-hmm. And this is all happening around your celebration and partition of the boar where you're handing a bunch of stuff out.
Yep, and I'm just like super jovial, like yelling stupid things. Like I am I'm putting on a show that I'm drunk. Do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah, make a presence roll.
On the other hand, Walter is hammered.
I'm also going to
Just
Like actually?
hammered.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to use Sly Leader to give myself a bump.
Ooh. And this is like your commanding presence as a previous military commander?
Yep, from my experience.
Okay.
16.
With?
Fear. Dadgummit.
Go, I'm at 10 now. Okay, Borim Deep Echo is the...
Borim.
Borim, yeah.
Borim.
Borim, the announcer's name. And he calls everyone forward, even the slightly air quotations drunk Ossian. Walter, where are you at spectating your two friends? Are you with Marcus?
No, definitely not.
This is a continuous event. Like, it never stops. Like, it's not like who cuts it
It's
down
a whole
first.
day, right? Like, yeah,
Okay.
You're talking about the competition right now that we're at, the
Yes.
current.
The game that you're about to
It's
play.
not like you cut down the trees and everyone takes a break and then you drag them. To
No, I would
Correct.
I would assume it's all one piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a plan. Haggard. Here we go.
Oakley dokley artichokely.
Okay. You guys are all outfitted with axes, and Thrax Timberborn famously has like a little patch that he throws on his axe
Oh no.
to make sure he's like, it doesn't do anything, and he's like had it checked out to make sure it's not like going to alter the axe or anything, but he just loves making a statement where he's got his like cool little logo that he has.
How
After
close is he to me?
He's on the opposite side.
And I'm next to him.
So he's like 10 giants away. Where do you think you would be? I feel like you would be up towards the top.
I'd be near him, and I would hope that I would witness what he's doing. And I use prestidigitation to illuminate my axe bright,
Oh.
You can't use magic.
and I hold it over my head. I have been chosen.
By
The gods, the tree gods.
make a presence roll.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Well, it was 10 with fear.
10 with fear. Is there any rally jacking that could happen?
You want a 12 with hope?
Yes, please.
All right, from there, like, hey, I know that guy. I love you, Haggard.
Remember, this is a drunk Furbolg that's yelling at you right now. So he swaps out the 12, and so is that your second rally jack die?
That
that's
is,
being
I'm
used?
done. No more rally
What
jacks.
does that make your total?
Oh my gosh, so that's 18 with hope.
18 with hope.
And then I take a hope? Well, I already took my hope. No, I didn't take hope. No, I did because I rolled a 6. Okay, yeah.
That's strange patterns, though,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's called Strange Patterns.
Yeah. Take a hope for strange patterns and for the roll that you just got.
Heck yeah, dude.
So at first there's like a gasp and a quieting of the crowd as you're like clearly using magic. And then Walter shouts out, and then someone else is like, it must truly be a sign. And there's like a small smattering of applause, and okay, cool, that's awesome. Borim steps forward and he says, may your axes be sharp, may your swings fly true, may your backs be strong, and may your bridges...
Hold weight.
I was going to try and rhyme.
Yeah.
And may your bridge hold you.
Yeah.
There we go. And then he raises the final bell. And it's all these other bells have been silver throughout the day, and this one is like a large gold bell. And it reminds Walter of home. No, I'm kidding. Just because the cowbell. Sorry.
Mama.
And as he raises it up to ring it, we will end the session right there. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We're stoked that you're listening. We can't believe that you're listening, honestly. It's super cool. We love what we're doing and have just had a blast putting Season 1 together. If you want to support us and help bring Season 2 to life faster, go check us out on Patreon. The link's in the description. Season 2 is going to start recording soon in mid-May, and we're super excited about that premise. We're excited to hop back into D&D for a spell and are just really looking forward to the future of this podcast. Season 3, goodness gracious, we couldn't be more excited for the Hope and Fear book coming out in late August. We're crazy stoked to hop into those new classes, the new Dread Domain, and so many of the goodies that are in that book. We want to shout out our artist, Ryan Bailey. She is a fantastic artist and a wonderful human and is so talented. And if you guys want to check out more of her art, the links are in the description. Now a quick word from our sponsor.
Arcane Frequency is sponsored by WorldSmith, the ultimate online toolkit for dungeon masters. WorldSmith can create custom monsters, NPCs, shops, magic items, and more in minutes, and gives you the tools to organize your whole campaign into easy-to-follow chapters using maps, character arcs, and convenient drop-down menus. Gone are the days of having 24 tabs open while GMing. Try it for a week for free at worldsmith.io. and keep an eye out for our upcoming homebrew tools. Thanks again to WorldSmith for sponsoring this episode of Arcane Frequency.
Thanks again for making it this far. We'll see you again next Tuesday, where we witness the epic finale of the Oak Haven arc.